And now a look at what it's all about. Our report from the New Zealand Special Olympics Summer Games. 43 teams, 1,500 athletes and nearly 1,000 volunteers descended on Palmerston North for the National Games, an event that only happens every 4 years. All the athletes and their trainers have put in months of preparation. Now it's time to see if the effort will pay off. So where does it all begin? In small communities all over New Zealand, like this barn an hour north of Auckland. Coach Lisa Messenger has spent hundreds of hours grooming these two young riders for the Games. 11-year-old Drew has been riding for 3 years, but still needs close supervision. Rebecca's a veteran. She's got 6 years under her saddle and can manage on her own. Both girls have intellectual disabilities.
They're doing really, really well since they first started. Drew was leaders and sidewalkers, so that's really good. And Rebecca, well, Rebecca rides almost as good as I do, so put me to shame.
Drew and Rebecca have done loads of ribbon events, but this will be their first national games. Drew's more than a little nervous.
Flexible. Well done, thank you, Aidan. There's those muscles. Good girl. Today, we're going to go over our equitation. Drew, that's kind of like dressage. All right? So we're going to be doing serpentines. Okay, we're going to be doing circles. All right, I'm going to ask you to walk to a certain point. Remember, we practiced halting our shoulders by a letter. Okay, so I need you to walk to a certain point and halt.
She's done ribbon days and just, yeah, never looked back. It's been a really good journey for her, massive learning curve for her, but socially it's fantastic because she can go and not, oh, I know this sounds awful, but not be judged.
Brilliant. Okay, take your reins.
Drew has a rare chromosomal disorder called Dupe 2P syndrome. It can be fatal. It's affected her learning and motor skills.
Red. You want to ask her to walk on and then we'll check everything. Good girl.
Equestrian is a precision sport. It involves fine controlled movements that aren't always obvious to the untrained eye. Much has to do with the bond between horse and rider.
It's very different to an average rider. You're having to repeat things a lot because of the different disabilities and things like that. Explaining things, the normal language I would use in the horse world, don't necessarily understand, so we have to develop our own sort of little language so they understand what's going on and what's been asked of them.
But the figure of 8.
No, it's half of a figure of 8. So we're going to start at A.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start down there.
Okay.
Wait a moment, Drew. Wait a moment, start at A, we come round to
X.
And then from X round to
C.
Good girl. You want to head off and try that?
Okay.
So heading towards, kind of towards H. So it's a little different, but it's a great challenge. And it extends me as much as it extends them, so can't ask for better.
Drew's riding started as a social activity, but it's become much more.
I didn't even realise she was that good, to be honest. I knew she was doing RDA and I knew they were working with her, but to see her actually go out and manoeuvre the horse, do this on her own, it was just so exciting. And she was, you know, the photos we have of her with her ribbons and then the medals and it's just, oh, it's amazing.
Oh, I'd love for them to get gold. I'd love for them to get gold. And from there, because they get their mark on the map and go towards the big world games, will be great.
Let me win, but if I can't win, let me be brave in the attempt.
It's the Special Olympic motto. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Today they're on the road. It's an 8-hour trip to Palmerston North.
Okay, come on. Time to get up, love, and you need to have brekkie and make the bed.
Drew's travelling with her 3 teammates and their support crew.
Welcome to the Special Olympics!
We've got nearly 1,000 volunteers, we've got 1,500 participants, we've got 100 clinicians and students. You know, it's enormous, but it's been a fantastic team of people who've pulled it together. And a bottle of water. Thank you very much, team.
See ya.
Drew's first event is dressage. It's a bit like dancing with your horse. You're judged on the horse's willingness and responsiveness, how well the rider uses their knees and reins, maintaining correct sitting position, and how the horse and rider work together. It's a tough ask of these contestants.
The fact that it's a completely unknown territory for her. The horse was a completely different horse, so very forward-moving in comparison to the one that she trains on.
Logistics meant no one could bring their own horse. Instead, all horses here have been loaned by local owners. In Drew's class, riders compete at a walking pace and have a guide or leader. But Drew's still expected to start, stop and turn her horse. She's doing better than everyone expected.
We landed on our feet with the leader she got. He's been absolutely amazing, very supportive, and instructions to her has been fantastic. The bond she's made with him and his horse is just amazing.
I mean, it's a big step. Yeah. You've gone from something like Dukey to this.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Excellent.
Rebecca's also doing dressage, but she competes without a leader. Today she's full of confidence, but she had a timid start.
Yeah, the first day it was, I don't want to do it, I can't do this, and soldier on, and we pushed her and said, you know, you can do it, and then today she just come out and she just done it. So it's really good.
Their whole idea of it is that they're to come away winners. Drew was really panicked about, what if I don't get something? So, I kept saying to her, it doesn't matter whether you get something or not, it's, the experience and what you take away from it.